Good morning, everyone. I'm Hartford HealthCare's Tina Varona. We are coming to you live from Westfarms Mall here in Farmington, Connecticut. So happy you're joining us today. Really, if you're working from home, this is all about you. And maybe take a few minutes of a break because I'm so happy to be joined by Julie Sopchak. She's an exercise physiologist at GoodLife Fitness program at Hartford HealthCare. Julie, good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Wonderful now, I think, because you're going to help them. So this is really for folks working at home. We're going to get them moving and grooving, and you're going to show us how. So you're seated right now, which is what folks are doing at home, sitting in front of a computer, probably 8-9 hours a day typing. What should we be doing?
All right, so the most important thing, when you have a job and you're sitting down, even if you go to the office all day, but you're sitting for almost 8 hours a day, right? So we got to find ways to keep you moving. Because the less you move, the more stiff you get, all right? And it's really important to keep your muscles nice and loose. We've got to keep that blood flowing. So since we're mostly sitting, let's start off with some ways that we can move without even getting up, all right? So first of all, what we can do is we can just get the arms nice and loose, right? Okay, you'd be amazed what some great little gentle arm circles can do for your shoulders, all right? It feels great. I'm loving it already.
All right. Say, Julie, I like this already because you're sitting down.
I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down. And guess what, guys? I'm still going to use my legs, okay? So what we can do now is, so if we're in a regular office chair, we can sit up a little bit. So we want to make sure we have some nice, good posture, all right? So this is a lounge, so we're a little more comfortable. But we want to sit up nice and straight, okay? So we're going to pull those shoulders back. And then what we can do is we can do some marching, all right? We can just pick those legs up, all right? That's going to get our hips nice and loose. It's going to feel good. We'll get a little bit of feeling in the top of the thighs here. That's great, all right?
You can almost do this while you're typing.
Yeah, you could. You could do it while you're on a Zoom call. Why not? No one's got to see the bottom half, all right?
And how long would you do this for?
You can do it as long as you want. You can do 20 seconds, 30 seconds, do up to a minute. You can count the number of reps you can do. You can count 1, 2, 3. You can do 20. You can do 50. You can do 1,000. Hey.
And it's important because you want to get the blood circulating.
Correct. Absolutely. The more blood you get flowing, the looser your muscles are going to get, okay? All right, and the less stiff you're going to be as a result, all right? All right, so next what we can do is we can just do some kicks, all right? So that's going to be great for the quad muscles, all right? You can do one at a time. Same thing with the marching, okay? You're going to get a nice tightness in the knee there, and that's going to feel great, all right? So now we can do some abs while we're sitting down. Believe it or not, we can do some abs. So if you want to hold on to your seat, all right, hold on to it nice and tight. Squeeze those abs, all right? Squeeze them real good, all right? And then you lift both legs up at the same time, okay? You lift them both up. You can keep your legs straight out.
And Julie, I'll tell you, so this is a really good exercise for core strength training, and that's the key really to success, right?
Well, core training is very important because your core supports your whole body, all right? That's where all your posture comes from, all right? So if you strengthen your ab muscles, you might even find over time if you're dealing with some chronic back pain, that strengthening your core muscles might help with that.
All right, Julie, so I like this already because you're sitting down and you have a pillow. This is my kind of workout here. What's the pillow for?
All right, so this pillow is so we can do some squeezing exercises with the thighs, all right? So we've got our adductor muscles right on the inside here, okay? So if you want to scoot towards the edge of your chair right here, you put this pillow right here, and you can just squeeze the life out of this pillow, all right? Squeeze it as hard as you can. Hold it for a few seconds, 2, 3, 5, and then you can release, all right? That's great for your groin muscles.
Very important. Okay, you also have a can of beans here. It's getting more interesting as we go along.
We got some beans. I brought some beans, all right? So I might have to go grocery shopping after this. But so the beans, this is just to demonstrate that you can find sources of resistance all over your house, okay? So this can of beans is half an ounce short of a pound, so it's not too much, but for some of you it might be just right. Okay, so look at this. I can do some arm curls with this can of beans. Bean curls. Bam. There we go. Okay, so now also, if you have a bag, reusable shopping bag, most of us have those laying around. You can throw this can of beans. You can throw whatever else you want in there. It's got handles, and now you've got more weight, okay?
It's almost like a homemade kettlebell.
Almost,
Yeah.
just about, all right? So just make sure that bag is nice and sturdy. We don't want anything falling out the bottom of it, all right?
Julie, do you suggest that those working from home do this kind of throughout the day, or is it just once in the morning? What do you suggest?
I'm the kind of person where I like to do things throughout the day, all right? So it's great to just kind of do it in spurts almost, all right? So that way you just kind of keep your levels up throughout the day. You can totally do it for like once in the morning, you know, get everything out of the way. You know, a lot of us go to the gym and we work out for a half hour, however long that is, and that's it for the day. That's totally fine. But if you want to do a bunch of lighter exercises throughout the day, totally great.
I want to ask you too, so for those who may not know about these exercises, who may experience stiffness in maybe their neck or their lower back, what do you suggest they do?
All right, so for some back exercises and neck exercises, I can show you some things for that. So I've got this nice sturdy table right here, okay? So we'll keep the pillow there. So with the back exercises, we have to kind of facilitate a pulling motion. And that can be kind of hard at home, okay? Because a lot of times we do pulling motions at the gym, we have cables and stuff like that. We have things we can pull on, right? We don't all have that at home. I don't even have that at home. So what we can do is you can brace yourself on like a table, all right? So that your upper body is almost parallel with the ground. And we can take our old friend here, can of beans, okay? And we can just pull whatever weight we have, just like this. We want to make sure that when we're doing this, we always keep that core tight, okay? Now, whenever we do an exercise, we want to make sure we brace those ab muscles properly to reduce the amount of stress and strain we got on the back. All right, so this is a great way to get those back muscles going, all right? That'll help with your posture and hopefully help with some of that stiffness that we experience.
Yeah, for sure. And what about neck stiffness?
Neck stiffness, so we can do some more of those pulling exercises. We can do some shoulder stuff, okay? So we have the trap muscles right around the neck. If we did some shrugs, you know, we can do stuff like that, all right? That could help, all right? If you don't have any weight in your hands, you can do a little bit of rolling, all right? Nice and slow, take it nice and easy with those.
And now, I know you're going to utilize this chair, so let's walk over here. You've got some plans for this chair. So what do we got here?
All right, so what we can do, we can use this as a support here. So just some quick standing exercises. Some calf raises are really great. So if you look at my feet right now, I'm going down, and I'm just kind of going right up on the balls of my feet right there, and I'm holding it. Yeah, we'll get that side view there. There you go. All right, yeah, that looks nice. And if you want to make it a little harder, you can do it on one leg, all right? One leg, and this will be really great for your balance.
I was just going to say your balance and gait, right?
Balance as well. So we have some older folks at home who might be worried about their balance. They're trying to prevent falls. So if you have a chair and you can hold on to the back of it, it's nice and sturdy. Of course, we don't want anything that's wobbly. You can do some balance exercises. You can even just shift your weight back and forth, all right? Stand on one foot at a time, all right? These are some really good ways to help strengthen the legs.
And Julie, I love what you mentioned, that all of the, the can of beans, the pillow, the chair, all of this stuff we have at our homes. Yeah. So it's not like you've got to go out and buy something. Like this is a way to utilize your home surroundings and really stretch the body and, like you say, use it or lose it. Right?
Absolutely. So, during these times, it's really hard to still get to a gym, even though that they're open. I found myself going less and less. So we've got to try to find ways to be a little more innovative at home, but it's definitely possible.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're going to go over to the wall because you've got some other techniques over at the wall.
Check this out. All right.
All right.
I showed you how to do some pulling stuff, but now we can do some push, all right? So push is the opposite of pull. So we can do some wall push-ups. All right, so this is a great way to start to build up those chest muscles a little bit. Okay, so if you put both hands on the wall, your feet set back a little bit, and then all you got to do is give it a kiss. All right, just give it a little kiss, and then you push on out, okay? You go in, and you go out, okay? So the thing with push-ups is right now, I've got little to no resistance, all right, because I don't have any gravity on me right now. So the lower I make my hands, like for instance, if I was going to go on this chair, okay, this is going to be a little harder because now I have gravity on me, all right? So the lower the hands go, the more difficult it's going to be.
Yeah. And again, so would you say throughout the day to do these exercises for maybe, 5 minutes? Take a 5-minute kind of break?
5 minutes, sure, absolutely. That'd be a great interval to just get you up and get you moving and keep those muscles nice and loose.
We talked about the benefits being circulation. What are the other benefits here?
So exercise can do a litany of things for the body. It can help reduce stress, which, as we all know, is at an all-time high these days. It can help boost your immune system, which is also another huge factor for the times that we are living in.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we've got some questions, Julie. We've got questions from some viewers. What exercises would you recommend for someone who doesn't like to exercise? Okay, that is a really great question.
Great. So all these exercises that we just went through are really low impact. Okay, anybody can really do them. So any of the sitting down ones are a great place to start. These are all very entry-level exercises. So this is a really great place to start if you really hate exercise.
No, this is good, and you know what? It's achievable for many people, and it would make probably a world of difference, I would imagine.
It does. You'd be amazed at how a little exercise can go such a long way.
It probably, I would imagine, would give you more energy as you kind of make it throughout the day. I know working at home can be a little bit tough. You know, there can be kids, there can be other things going on, and to kind of navigate through that could be a little challenging for some.
Absolutely. So you find that the more you sit around and do nothing, the more your body wants to sit around and do nothing. Once you start getting up and moving around, your body wants to do that. So when we exercise, we release endorphins, which is our body's natural hormone. It's a feel-good hormone. So when you do that, you feel great.
Absolutely. Julie, we're getting some other questions in from Facebook. Can physical activity help boost my body's immunity, which we kind of just alluded to?
It sure can. So getting sick these days is a little different than it used to be. So any edge you can get on the virus or any other kind of illness, physical activity can definitely help you with that.
And Julie, what about diet? What should we be incorporating here as we kind of go throughout the day and to help with these exercises? And do you do it kind of before or after?
Sure. So I'm not a registered dietitian, but I can give you a little bit of basic, more vague advice. So protein is a great source of fuel. Okay, protein is the building blocks of our muscles. Okay, so you see people at the gym drinking protein shakes and just guzzling it down. Okay, so that's what helps build our muscles. All right, so the more protein you can take in, that's definitely not a bad thing. All right, your other carbohydrates and fats, those are sources of energy. Don't be too afraid of fats, all right? So I can't really give you an idea of how much to take in, again, because that is an individual-based parameter. But we definitely want to make sure that we're getting healthy foods and lots of vitamins, minerals, and things like that.
Okay, Julia, we have another question on Facebook. Am I too old to exercise? That's not me asking the question. That's someone from Facebook asking the question.
I don't care who's asking the question. You are not too old to exercise. As a matter of fact, it is never too late to exercise. If you think you are too old, you are wrong.
I don't know, Julie. Some days I feel like I am, but listening to you, I think no.
Oh, who doesn't? But come on, we got to get up and we got to get out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Are there exercises I can do to prevent a fall? And that's a very good question because a lot of falls occur at the home.
Absolutely. So we kind of touched on some of those balance exercises before. So standing up and strengthening the leg muscles are a great way to do that. So another way that we can strengthen the leg muscles so I brought a backpack here. So just like with this bag before, if you want to put a bunch of stuff in the backpack and make it weigh something, put the backpack on. You can go up some stairs. You can just carry it around the house with you, all right? That's just a great way to add resistance to you, strengthen the leg muscles, okay? And the stronger our leg muscles are, the more sturdy we are, the less chance we have of a fall.
And Julie, what are you recommending in terms of weight for the backpack?
Start low and slow, okay? Start off light. You got to find out what's comfortable for your body, what's going to be the best way for your body to adapt. We don't want to overload too quick because that can cause injury. And we don't want anybody getting hurt.
Absolutely. And speaking of getting hurt, this is a great question, a good segue into that. Do I need to stretch before I exercise? And stretching, of course, prevents injuries.
Right. So stretching is something where if it feels good, all right, and you can do it, sure, go right ahead. I'm more of a fan of dynamic warm-ups, okay, stuff like we did with the arm circles, okay, and like the marching, all right, stuff to really get the muscles going. But stretching is a great way to get yourself primed and ready to go.
In case you are just joining us, we're talking to Julie Sopchak. She's an exercise physiologist with the GoodLife Fitness program at Hartford HealthCare. We're coming to you from a very quiet Westfarms Mall here in the morning before all of the shops open and the shoppers come in to shop. And we're going over some exercises, some really good techniques in terms if you're a person working from home, perhaps you're behind a computer for 8 or 9 hours a day. We're going over some really great exercises and a little bit of strength training too. Strength training is important too, right?
Absolutely. So our muscles are what carry us through the day. So we want those to be strong. We want them to be able to carry us. So the stronger our muscles are, the more protection we have for our organs, the better our joints are going to feel. Building your muscles, building strength is an all-around excellent way to help yourself feel better.
You're probably not as tired as you go throughout the day if you keep doing these exercises, right?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully you'll feel a little tired when you do them, but in the long term, you're going to feel your energy just, yeah.
Skyrocket. We're getting lots of questions from folks watching. Should seniors focus on aerobic exercise or, as we just talked about, strength training, or a little bit of both?
Definitely, I would recommend the combination of both. So aerobic exercise has the enormous benefit of cardiovascular health, okay? So the more we get that heart pumping, the better our circulation is going to be. And getting that blood flowing, getting that heart working is going to do a whole bunch of good things for your health. All right, and the strength training, as we just kind of went over, definitely good to help prevent falls and just to help you get through a lot of your activities of daily living.
Julie, I have a question. What about someone who does not exercise on a regular basis? What you're showing us today, is that okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. Start small, and the main point is to just get moving, all right? If you think of another way that you want to move that's more comfortable for you, that you know how to do it.
We're getting some really great questions on Facebook. How much daily physical activity do I need? Great question.
So a good place to start would probably be like 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes would be great. So you can split that up during the day like we talked about. You can get it all in at once.
And Julie, what about at the end of the day? So you've worked your 8, 9 hour, 10, 11 hour shift at home in front of your computer. We've done these sort of exercises maybe in the morning or maybe throughout the day. What do we do at the end of the day?
So the end of the day, so if you've been working out throughout the day, a great way to relax at the end of the day, you can do some stretches like we talked about before. I personally, when I work out at the end of the day, I actually find out that it's really relaxing in general, which seems kind of weird because when you work out, it's so stressful on the body. But you know, it's a great way to unwind for me.
Yeah, for sure. And so, any last words of advice for people out there working from home, and just really the health benefits of it? What do you want to say to folks?
I just want to say that the more you move, the better you'll feel. I know that if you're already not really moving a lot, it can be a little hard mentally to get yourself to want to be into it. But I promise you, once you take that first step is the biggest step. And once you take it, all the ones after that are going to be a lot easier.
All right. Julie, thank you so much. This has really been enlightening. I really appreciate it. A lot of folks asking really great questions out there. Julie Sopchak, exercise physiologist with the GoodLife Fitness program. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I feel better already, Julie.
Great. All right, let's go for a run.
Well, I don't know about that. All right, thank you as always for watching. I'm Hartford HealthCare's Tina Varona. If you'd like more information, just simply go to hartfordhealthcare.org. Thanks so much for watching, and keep up those exercises. We'll see you again real soon.